himself, John Harden.
When you hear the sound coming, hear the drums drumming, I want you to join together with the band. We don't move in any particular directions, and we don't make no collections. I want you to join together with the band.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. I got Bryant Dacus with me all day long, all day strong. We got a little Dustin Starr today at 11:30. We also have Russell Copeland. We're talking all kinds of mad NFL questions. And we got some great matchups this weekend. Like the Lions and the Ravens, I can't wait to talk about this one. Are the Lions for real? Are the Ravens going to be able to do it even though they don't have the guys on the outside that they need, even though they tried to fix that this year? We're going to find out because Copeland, 12 o'clock, we're going to talk all kinds of NFL talk. We got a lot of college football to get into. We have, Penn State, Ohio State this week, Tennessee and Alabama. This game's going to be so different than last year's game. Like the shootout that was last year, Tennessee, Alabama, totally different game. Hooker and Bryce Young ain't walking out them doors.
No, they are not.
Jalen Milroe.
Far from it.
Jalen Milroe can throw the ball far down the field and has actually one of the most beautiful deep balls. But when he makes that first read, sometimes he don't pull the trigger. He doesn't ever see his second or third read. And when he needs to run, he doesn't at times. I mean, he was 1 for 9 in the second half last week against Arkansas. Lucky that Alabama defense is out of control good. Tennessee, believe it or not, is terrible at throwing the football with Josh Heupel. The way they beat up on Texas A&M, they were physical. They played great defense. They scored out of the kicking game. They're going to have to do that again.
And ran the hell out of the ball.
And they ran the hell out of the football. And they're going to have to do that again this week. But can you do that in Tuscaloosa? We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk
against
about
a really good Alabama defense.
I'm so stoked to talk about this. The other things we got to talk about when it comes to college football is Lincoln Riley as elite of a football coach as he was given credit for?
Good question, John.
I mean, Caleb Williams and USC, their offense, does he put great talent on the field on the offensive side of the football? Always.
Yes.
Guys want to go play for him. On the defensive side, he just never gets it done. And the other thing is when we talk about the way, Lincoln Riley's offenses, I'd say 40% of their plays end in scramble drill. And when you have dudes like Caleb Williams, who's probably the greatest scramble drill quarterback since Pat Mahomes, or Kyler Murray, who he coached, heck, Baker Mayfield. I mean, he's had them dudes.
Well, at least one thing you can say about Lincoln Riley is he's consistent because he had a horrible defense at Oklahoma, and he still has a horrible defense at USC. So at least he's consistent.
He is consistent. Him and Cliff Kingsbury on the sideline together, though, is always fun for me to see and kind of giggle about.
Cliff.
But we'll talk a lot of college football today. Oh, by the way, what the hell happened to Southern Miss? Do you remember when Southern Miss was a good football team?
Oh, yeah, when Brett Favre was slinging that rock.
Bruh. Dude, Southern Miss got beat by South Alabama. I think it was 55-3.
1,000,000 it was 55-3. And the line was like 18.5. I was like, holy cow, 18.5 in a weekday game? That's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah. Conference game.
My goodness, that was absolute mania. And the other thing is Liberty won, but they did not cover. But I still would not have felt right with putting my money on Middle Tennessee.
John, so that game started at 6, and as you know, I work until 6 o'clock. And so I had to boogie out of here. My little cousin had a football game. I was trying to make it to that. So I boogied out of here. By the time I could even go and gamble on that game, Middle Tennessee had already scored a touchdown. John, they led that game 7-0.
Man.
And I was able to get the line at 8.5 at even money. And I was like, I've got to take this. I took it.
And lost by
good
1.5.
Lord, just lost by 1.5. If they, Middle Tennessee State scored right out of halftime, I think it's the last time they might have scored. If they just didn't let them score there, would have covered easily.
It was ridiculous. Liberty was like kind of just playing around, and finally in the fourth quarter, the defense started playing
on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, Tuesday night. Jacksonville State also took care of Western
Home dog
Kentucky.
on a weekday, John.
Yep. took care of that business 20-17, and that was a little bit of college football. We do have some more college football action tonight, believe it or
Another
not.
home dog on a weekday tonight.
We do. We have right now, we have UTEP and New Mexico State. That's the late game on the Deuce. New Mexico State on the road, 2.5-point favorite.
Oh, yikes. It's moving in UTEP's favor. I don't
Yes.
like that. I was really I was waiting, hoping it would get up to like 3.5, maybe
It
even
still
4.
could. It's early. It's early.
It is early, but
It is very early. And
maybe
then
some
you
of
have-
that dumb money will come in around lunchtime.
Hopefully. Then we have FIU and then Sam Houston. That's at 6 o'clock. Sam Houston is a 5-point favorite over FIU. So, we have a little bit of this. But again, remember yesterday I was going to tell you it's time to thank me, right?
Yeah.
So, where's my thanks, people?
John, thank you.
What did I tell you, man?
You
I
said
gave you
take the
3
over.
straight winners, plus
That's right.
told you to hook them at a parlay on a Monday.
Wow.
Said go over
Risky.
7.5 yesterday with the
Sure did.
Phillies.
And easy. One team got there.
Man, it was just the Phillies because that was an absolute dominant performance. And again, Aaron Nola, who has been so average during the regular season, has gone out there and thrown 3 gems. My man is spinning the ball all over the place up there.
He's looked nasty.
Man, them fingers have been cutting across that baseball like you wouldn't believe.
Sure have.
Left, right, up, down. I mean, it was just, he was nasty. He was filthy. The Diamondbacks had no answer for him. And the Phillies are just mashing baseballs.
Sure are.
I mean, any mistake you throw, the Phillies are jumping all over that joint.
Man,
The Phillies ballpark, by the way, is just going ham.
electricity, John.
Like, if you can't get high watching that, like, you can't get high.
what you getting high on, you know?
Like, I'm talking about life, man.
That's right.
That damn stadium's going nuts, man. I'm fired up. I'm running around the bases in the house. I'm swinging baseball bats and breaking stuff, man.
And John, it's not just like I know everybody wants to talk about Bryce Harper for good reason, an unbelievable player.
Again, he does have the third best OPS.
I mean, it's
in
unreal what he's
playoff
doing.
History.
But also, like, the guys that you
Nick
would not...
Castellanos,
Castellano,
bomb.
Schwarby. I mean,
Schwarbs is going
It's been
ham.
unbelievable. If you told me at the beginning of the season,
Trey Turner's
Kyle
doing his
Schwarber
thing.
and
Dude,
Nick Castellanos
Marsh.
would be the best, 2 of the best hitters in the playoffs, I would tell you, you're crazy.
JT's shooting laser beams all over the place.
And every pitcher that has stepped on the mound for the Phillies has been unbelievable this playoffs.
It's the truth. Right now, we're just speaking truth because right now they're just killing things. I mean, bomb. Even Stott's hitting the ball over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's wild.
John, that's one thing about both the Rangers and the Phillies. They're not only using like 3, 4, 5 hitter. They're using 1 through 9. Both these teams, you've got 7, 8, 9 coming up, hitting doubles and triples for both the Phillies and the Rangers, and that's the biggest reason they're both up 2-0.
Both teams are absolutely raking. Both teams are pitching. We're going to talk about today's game in a minute because we do have Game 3 of the ALCS. But back again just to last night in the NLCS. They had 11 hits, 10 of them, 10 runs. 11 hits, 10 runs. I mean, they are scoring. They are taking extra bases. You saw Schwarber go from first to third on a single through the gap with Bryce Harper. I mean, they're doing everything. But the one thing that's to me is just absolute crazy. Did you know in their past 5 playoff games, the Phillies have 13 home runs, and the bases have been empty.
It's crazy.
Actually, I'm sorry. They have 16 home runs in their
Even
past
crazier.
5 games, but 13 of those home runs have been solo shots.
That's insane. I mean, I believe it because it seems like anytime you watch him, it's just a home run parade. But that's when you say the numbers, that's incredible.
It's wild. Phillies, though, look like they are going to take care of business, and you got to think about this, man. You know, like Arizona is throwing that kid. I can't even say his name. It's like PFAA.
Yeah.
Fat. Is
or,
it just
or it's
fat?
Fott. No,
Fott.
I think it's Fott. I was listening to the D-backs
Homie's got a
radio
ERA in
broadcast.
19 games north of 5.
Uh-huh. No, he hasn't been very good this year. Yeah.
It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be dangerous. But the Phillies up 2-0, and then also speaking of the team up 2-0, Texas and the Houston Astros. Game 3, everybody knows, is always important. I mean, if it's 1-1, it's important because the team takes the series. But when it's 2-0, it is desperate for one team because if you don't win tonight, you aren't making this a series. Outside of what was it, the 2004 Red Sox when they played the Yankees and they were down 0-3? Has anybody ever come back down from 0-3 in the postseason? That's the only time
Not
that
that
I
I
can
can
remember
remember,
in my
yeah.
life, and not saying I'm that old.
Yeah, I can't remember any other times.
Also, it's not saying my memory's that good either.
Well, I'm with you in that boat.
Deadgum lettuce, man. They told me it was cool. Just smoke as
I
much
don't
as you
I don't
want.
I don't eat lettuce, John. I don't eat green things.
Oh, I was
so-
talking about hippie lettuce.
Oh, I see.
Said it doesn't affect your memory. They lied. They lied to me. They lied to me. But anyway, to tonight's game though, I got to get into this because, well, it's tonight and it's a big one. Max Scherzer is going to be on the bump. I mean, I don't even know how to tell you that is. I mean, he's making his postseason debut. They went out and got him from the Mets for this very purpose, to be a Bulldog, and he's not even going to be what they anticipate him to be because he doesn't have to be the best pitcher on this team.
Right.
Right now, you got two dudes who are also spinning it like it's going out of style. And my man, Ears Evaldi, another guy who was horrible after the All-Star break, who now in the postseason has found his gear and is just dominating folks.
Yeah, sure is.
And that bullpen, which was weak, yes, I know Aroldis Chapman gave up that bomb the other night, but they have held up. Rangers are hitting like madmen. You got Max Scherzer on the bump. You got a desperate team in the Astros, the defending champs. This one's electric. And the thing is going out there with Christian Javier is it's a little bit nerve-wracking, I would think.
Yeah.
The way that the Rangers, we talked about the Phillies bats exploding. My goodness. I mean, Christian Javier this year, ERA 4.56. A whip, 1.27. He does, do well getting strikeouts and stuff. He's a good pitcher.
Yeah. He is a very
But
good pitcher.
I don't think there's an advantage for Houston in this pitching matchup. Even though Max Scherzer has not pitched in a month.
John.
As competitive as this dude is, you got to believe the Bulldogs going to go out there and at least grind you 5.
You would hope so. I think this is a great opportunity to fade Max Scherzer in terms of pitching props. Not saying that the Rangers are going to lose this game.
I feel you what
But
you're
this
saying because
could
they're
be-
high.
They're high, and I think you can get some good money on them. First game back from injury hasn't been insane. I think this could be a really good spot. Last time he faced Houston was on September 6th. He only went 3 innings, gave up 6 hits and 7 earned runs. That was his second to last start before his injury. John, you can get hits allowed over 3.5 for Max Scherzer. Let me remind you, he gave up 6 the last time he threw against the Astros. You can get over 3.5 at plus 100.
Dang.
So I'm not saying I'm there yet. I'd have to look deeper
I'm
into the
kind of
numbers.
there to that because I'm telling you right now, like I can't believe I'm saying this. Jordan Montgomery and Nathan Eovaldi.
Yeah.
Right now, I would trust more in maybe the under on a play like that. But with Max coming back first time in a month, plus he's a guy who challenges you.
And
I mean,
plus,
let's be real. We've watched Yordan Alvarez
Yeah.
have the most amazing postseason, but nobody's talking about him right now because they've lost the 2 games. I mean, he hit 2 bombs in the last game, and the man had the flu.
Yeah, and this is a back against the wall game for Houston, so they're going to come out trying to be aggressive. Now, looking at some of these games around him, 1 hit, 3 hits, 4 hits, 3 hits. So, I mean, it's tricky, but this could be a good spot. If you're going to fade Max Scherzer, this seems like the game to fade him.
I feel what you're saying there. I do. I do have to also say, though, Christian Javier, while I think he's going to get hit by the Rangers, what's his strikeout for the game?
Let me look. I have it pulled up.
Because I know one thing that he does when he gives up contact, he gives some hard contact.
Yeah.
But he also has that swing and miss stuff.
Wow, John, 4.5 is the strikeout number right now for Christian Javier.
I don't think they expect him to go maybe
Let's
more
see.
than
Well, I'll tell you exactly how many outs they have him recording. His over-under for outs recorded
15 and a half.
12.5.
Whoa.
So that's 3, 6, 9,
That's 4.
12. So that's going 3 1/3 would get you there.
No, 4.
4 1/3. I'm sorry, I can't count my
It's
fingers.
okay. It's all right.
The thumb always confuses me.
I know.
Because it's not really a finger, it's a thumb,
But it's what separates us from something.
from other mammals.
Yeah, that's right, bro. See? Dropping knowledge.
The last couple of times Christian Javier has pitched, his last outing was this is just regular season, I believe.
He was good. Regular season. I was going to say in his last outing.
His
I know
last
in the postseason game.
He was really good against Minnesota.
The only
5
problem-
innings,
yeah.
1 hit,
But he
9
walked a lot of
strikeouts,
batters.
5 walks.
See, that's what he did. He strikes you out. He walks and gives you a damn hit, man.
But honestly, looking back, in his last
He walks a lot of batters.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, including his postseason outing, he's 6 for 7 going over that strikeout prop.
Dang.
And that strikeout prop over 4.5 is plus 105.
Yeah, but he hadn't been playing the Rangers right now.
That's
Who are
very true.
so hot right now at the plate.
Yeah, when is the last time he threw against Texas?
Goodness gracious.
Last time he threw against Texas was back in July, and he only struck out 4. He struck out 4, gave up 8 runs on 9 hits. John, this might be an over game for first 5 and maybe even game.
Man, I like that prop right there. I like the over, actually. The thing about this Rangers team, I mean, they have not lost, and they've only played 1 home game. Do you know that? They played against the Orioles at home, and they won at home 7-1. All of the other games, the other 6 games have been on the road. They went down to Tampa. They pimp slapped them. Like, it was like Tampa did something wrong to them, man. Like that pitching came out there, they straight up dropped him on the first day, got a couple runs, bam, 4-0. Then they dropped him 7-1. And then the Orioles, who come in feeling pretty good, fought in that first game. And then, man, them bats again exploded. Texas scored 11, then 7. Then the first game, the Astros, they went 2-0 in the pitching matchup. Verlander, they got to him early. It's what happens to him right now. It seems like this late in his career. Once he gets set on it, he's always better. But if you're going to get to him early. They did. They won that one. And then 5-4 the other day. Is Texas ever going to lose?
Maybe not. Texas is back. Maybe not the
and
Longhorns,
Kyle Tucker
but
right
the
now,
Rangers
let's be
are back.
real. We
That's
talk
for
about
sure.
Jordan Alvarez giving them a lot. Kyle Tucker is another superstar bat.
absolutely.
He is not hitting the baseball. Last 2 games, 0 hits.
Yeah.
That's painful.
Got to have more out of them.
Oh, man, I think, you know what I'm telling you?
And this Rangers team, this isn't a team that like is going to kill you in the 5th and 6th inning. This is a team that's going to jump all over you in the 1st and 2nd inning. I mean, you look at that game the other day, they scored 5 runs. All 5 of them came in the first 3 innings.
The only thing that scares me about this game is why is it right now only Texas minus 120?
Because it's back against the wall game for Houston.
I know it's a back against the wall, but damn, it's baseball. This team is so hot.
Yeah. I mean, this could be a game that Houston wins. I really don't know. I mean, it seems like if Houston's going to win a game, they got to win this one.
Is Texas going to be able to be stopped, y'all? 7 straight games, 6 on the road. Back at last time they played at home, it was 7-1 beat down. Talk about Citizens Bank. Oh, by the way, speaking of the Phillies game, this just popped in my head. I was going to say, you know, did you see the dude who ran on the field last night? Phillies
No, I missed that.
and the Diamondbacks.
I missed that.
Bro, a security guard. I didn't know Sean Dawkins was playing security guard for
Laid
like
him
that
out,
game.
gave him the work.
He got cut in half.
That's great.
Like cut in half. It
I
was great.
my favorite thing
Check
about
it
baseball,
out on the X at
I'm
John
gonna look
Boy.
it up right now.
It's on John Boy.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. It's
good work he does.
Man, he does some good work. Follow him. He's a good follow. But my goodness, that dude was ugly. Now today we only have 1 game, but you know what tomorrow is, don't you? It's back to the double dose.
Oh yeah. We got an
Double
afternoon.
dose on Thursday. Phillies Diamondbacks. Game number 3 at 4 o'clock at
Yeah,
TBS.
it's 4 o'clock. I wish I could.
Man, what are you talking
3.
about? I wish it could too. I wish it would start at like 1 o'clock right when I got off air. But you know what? It doesn't. I'm happy with 4:07.
I just saw the video, John.
I told you.
It got laid out.
Crushed that poor
hilarious.
dude. Man, that guy probably had to spend the night in jail or at a hospital probably because he was like punctured. Like, dude, that dude could have a lacerated liver.
It was after. He waited till after the game. That's interesting.
What do you mean he waited till after good?
It looks like the game's over when he ran on the field.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
Because all the bullpen guys are coming in, and it looks
Might
like
be.
fireworks had just been shot off.
man. It was at the end of the game.
So,
He thought he was awesome.
Look, I don't know much about running on a field. Not the time to do it. You got to do it during the game. I mean, if you want to make it all about you.
I don't know. It worked out pretty good.
I mean, people are already heading to the exit. Yeah, but people are already heading to the exits at that time. If you want to get the most airtime and the television, they've
maybe
already tuned
thought
off. They're
he
back
could
to the
escape.
studio show. Poor
If
decision
you're
making by
going
this
to
guy.
actually believe that you're going to run on the field and escape, that's probably actually
I guess
the
that's
best time
true.
to do it.
That
because
probably is the
people
best
are
time
going
to
to
do
the
it.
exits.
That's
You
true.
just jump in, then you mingle with the crowd instead of looking
That's
like the only
true.
person running around the stadium. Everybody's moving around.
And you're not interfering with the game. I still think bad move. I mean, if you're going to commit to it, you got to go full throttle.
I feel you. Now, we got to switch gears a little bit. We're going to talk with Dustin Starr. I got a bunch of, he's got some announcements. There's some, like, big-time wrestlers doing some stuff this week.
AEW's coming to town this weekend.
Is that it?
Yeah, Jay Morgan's going. He's got really good seats. I'm excited to watch it and see if I can catch him on camera. AEW
Where's
is
the
big time.
AEW at?
It's going to be at FedEx Forum.
Dang,
Yeah.
big one.
Very big. AEW is actually one. Jay Morgan, he's really gotten into wrestling, and he has tried to get me into AEW, and AEW I've watched a couple times. It's very entertaining.
Man, I am stoked now because you obviously have some stuff that you need to ask Dustin Starr to help me out.
Maybe. I don't know.
We got Dustin Starr on the other side. By the way, though, I got to remind you of the important stuff. This first hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus. Parts, repairs, sales, service. If you're a gearhead and you're always taking care of your dirt bike, your ATV, your golf cart, your four-wheelers, they got all the parts out there. You can head on over there, bing, bang, boom, pick up any part because they're going to have it. It's the largest showroom in the Mid-South. They got parts. They also have the largest inventory, and they got a huge inventory reduction sale going now, getting ready for the new inventory coming in for the holiday season. So head on over to 3425 Summer Avenue. It's simple and easy. They're open 9 to 6 Monday through Saturday. Going over to Scooters Plus, check them out. Grab your parts. If you don't do the repairs, just take it over there. They got the service for you. They'll take care of all your gear. Plus, if you want to do some trade-ins, they have financing options available. They always have sales. The price is always right at Scooters Plus. Check out their inventory. You can't make it. You're sitting there on your lunch break. Go to scootersplus.us, scootersplus.us. Check them out. And also, again, layaway, put 25% down. You get that kid's amazing gift for Christmas. Bing, bang, boom. They hold it for you, pay it off. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, Christmas is perfect. Scooters Plus, 3425 Summer Avenue. Dustin Starr's next. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Binswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Binswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Binswanger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit binswingerglass.com. Binswanger Glass.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Of course, 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination, has hands down the best steaks in Memphis, and the selection of other entrees rivals any restaurant in town. But let's just take a second to talk about appetizers, the beginning of every great meal. 117 Prime offers perfectly sliced Mishima Wagyu beef carpaccio, lobster salad with cold water lobster knuckle, mussels in red curry. Mouth-watering yet? All these wonders are there to start your meal at 117 Prime. Imagine where it will go from there.
Response to the all-new Genesis Diamonds has been incredible. People are loving what we've brought to Memphis. Genesis is a different kind of jewelry store with more jewelry than you've ever seen in one place at prices you never thought possible. The selection at Genesis is mind-blowing. Up to 30 times what you'd find at ordinary stores, including one of the largest selections of certified diamonds in the United States. From a half carat to 20 carats, rounds, princess cuts, ovals, cushion cuts, emerald cuts, both natural diamonds and lab-grown diamonds. Plus, Genesis has brought a new level of quality to Memphis with exquisite handcrafted designer jewelry you won't find anywhere else. From names like Tacori, Verragio, Simon G, Kirk Cara, and dozens thousands more from New York and California. And don't miss our stunning selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Discover the Genesis difference, forever changing how people in Memphis buy diamonds and fine jewelry. Now open at Poplar and Perkins, the official jeweler of the Tennessee Titans.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Go where the season takes you, and it'll take you to huge savings at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Be packed with power in 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage G4. 37 MPG combined, $18,755 or $199 a month. Ready for adventure? 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, $25,595 or $299 a month. Plus 7 seating and top safety pick 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander SUV, $32,185 or $399 a month. And every new Gossett Mitsubishi is equipped with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. You want it, we Gossett. Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or 24/7 at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 84 months, 500 military rebate, loyalty, conquest rebate, 500 G4, RHFO 1918, MSRP 19255, Sport, PU 015-137, MSRP 26595, Outlander RZ 006545, MSRP 33185, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license, see dealer for complete details, offer valid through end of the month with approved credit, dealer stock only.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Brian Dacus is hanging out with me. We have the FNG. Woo. That's my buddy Johnny Hill. He's up here doing a little learning. And, of course, you got me. And we're going to talk with Dustin Starr. But I got to tell y'all, people, you know I've been feeling like Santa Claus since I came back from vacation. Now, I'm giving stuff away. Remember yesterday I gave, $50 away in Ferraro's, two $25 gift cards? Well, after I talked with Dustin, I'm going to give away another $25 in this hour.
I love it.
To Meddlesome Brewery, all right? Never settle, always meddle. Have you had Memphis-style lager? Yeah, that's Meddlesome Brewery. Check it out. I got $25. Head on over to their website, meddlesomebrewing.com. You can also just send them a little email, grab a gift card, check out all their different beers. They also do trivia. They got a Halloween spooktacular coming up. They do all kinds of things over there, so check them out. Go online, and again, keep listening, because after Dustin Starr, I'm going to give away $25. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but it's going to involve the text line, 901-360-8255. That's 901-360-8255. Put that in your little phone. Get ready to gear up. I'm going to let Dustin or you figure out a wrestling trivia question.
Well, I think Dustin would be a good person for that.
Well, I don't know, man. You seem to know a lot about wrestling.
No, that'd be your old producers.
So you're not as good as my old producer?
You're right. I've fallen short in this category.
Well, it's time to bring in. By the way, you know what? You're good enough. You're smart enough. And doggone it, somebody likes you.
Well, not many, but I'm sure there's somebody out there.
Melinda does.
Maybe. Want a good day, I guess.
What's up, Dustin?
The pressure is on. Can you follow in Jay Morgan's footsteps?
Yeah, it's going to
No,
be
I
tough.
cannot,
Next.
Dustin.
It's
What's up, guys?
going to be tough, man. He'd have to, I think, dabble in the candy to get that kind
Oh
of
my
energy.
gosh, he's got to take his shirt off and
Yeah.
put a mask on and get on camera and cut some promos, brother.
I'll try next week, Dustin. We'll see what we can get cooking.
Well, Dustin, you
Oh, my
can do
God.
me a big, big favor because you actually have some big announcements going on over a course with, with everything with Memphis Wrestling, all the stuff that's coming on. I saw you live for a minute yesterday, and the dang thing went out. I was at like a little kickball game. You were going live. You were fired up about all the events going on this weekend. But you've also brought a little flavor to my show this week, man. What you got coming down the pipe for me?
Man, joining you on, let's see, I believe tomorrow you're going to talk to Dax Harwood, AEW's former tag team champion, one of the
Wow.
greatest tag team wrestlers going today, one half of FTR. Looks like he's going to be here at AEW Collision on Saturday at FedEx Forum. First time ever being here in Memphis. So I believe you're going to talk to Dax Harwood. And then in studio on Friday, right there, Johnny, you better dot your I's and cross your T's, because if you don't, Jeff Jarrett is going to smash you over the head with a freaking guitar, because he's going to be in studio with you on Friday. Are you a little nervous?
No, dude, I'm fired up, man. Are you kidding me?
You should be nervous, John.
Dude, I know. I'm fired up, man. Smash a guitar over my head, please.
I mean, the history here is just tremendous. Jeff Jarrett, of course, his father is Jerry Jarrett, who founded Memphis Wrestling back in the day. Him and Jerry Lawler made it what it was. Jeff Jarrett grew up through the system of Memphis Wrestling. He was a referee. They attacked him, turned him into a wrestler. Then he literally grew up in the business. He's a surefire WWE Hall of Famer. Dude, actually, Jeff is a WWE Hall of Famer. He's a absolute bona fide WWE Hall of Famer. Now he's with AEW, and he's coming back to Memphis for Collision on Saturday. I mean, it's a crazy story. And then also Dave Brown's going to be there. So I think it's so cool that AEW, being the new hot product that they are, they're still paying homage to Memphis Wrestling and those who paved the way for me to be able to do what I'm doing. Like, I'm headed to the Wrestle Center right now with a whole truckload of concessions because we're gearing up for October 29th. So we got so much going on. Collisions this weekend, and then day week. So I turned 22 years old coming up on Sunday.
My
birthday.
goodness. 22.
All right, a little older than 22.
Younger than I am, Dustin.
I was going to say, you're going to be a younger grandfather than me.
Oh boy, no, I'm not 22, but Sunday is going to be a good day. So it's a whole big weekend, and a lot of it involves Memphis Wrestling.
Now tell me, so are you going to be there on Saturday?
Absolutely, yes. Me and a lot of the crew of Memphis Wrestling is going to be there. We've got a sweet box. Probably get down there a little early, enjoy a little happy hour, pun intended, and then check out the show. So lots of stuff going down on Friday, though. I'll be out with AEW, and Jeff Jarrett will be out at Le Bonheur. Just a lot of stuff. Like, Jeff hasn't really been here in so long. You know, I mean, he's worked with WWE. He had his own company. He owned Impact. I believe Jeff even owns a minor league baseball team at this point.
What?
So, yeah, so never is he ever able to just come and check out Memphis and see what's going on downtown and all that stuff. He's here wrestling or doing something. So we get him for a whole day here in Memphis. So stay tuned to the social media channels, because you'll see a whole lot of behind-the-scenes stuff from AEW and Memphis Wrestling. So very, very cool week coming up.
So what do we got going on at Memphis Wrestling right now?
Man, there's all kinds of craziness, because we have our Halloween Spooktacular coming up. That's going to air on WMC Action News 5+ next Friday. That would be the 27th of October. So, and then of course on Saturday we air it on all the other networks. So the Halloween Spooktacular was a lot of fun. Gosh, you know, we do have a lot of really good fan participation when we do special stuff like that. But not only did we sell every single seat in the Wrestle Center, but nearly everybody had a Halloween costume on. So you'll see a little bit of that this Saturday on the show, because we were gearing up for Halloween, and, you know, we filmed 3 episodes at once. So a lot of people already had their costumes on. So you see a hot dog and a banana sitting in the crowd. It's one of the funniest things ever. So that's coming up on our TV show. And then on October 29th, that's going to be our next live event here at the Wrestle Center. So You can actually get tickets at memphiswrestling.tv, and you can save $5 if you use the code ELITE. So not only will AEW Collision be here this Saturday, but next Sunday we'll have two of their biggest stars, Brandon Cutler and then also Prince Nana. And I need to text you this, man, because Prince Nana is so viral right now with this dance that he does. When he comes out to the ring, he starts getting down with this dance, and the whole audience, thousands of people in the audience, are all doing this all at the same time. It's one of the funnest things in wrestling right now. And so really I wanted to bring him so he could dance with the fans of Memphis Wrestling. So
dead gum, man.
29th.
So what's he going viral on? Is it the X? Is it the YouTube, TikTok?
The X mostly. And you know what? That's the first time I think I've referred to Twitter as X.
Man, I actually think I did too, because I still say, man, I got to tweet this out.
Right.
But then I just
what do you say? Do you got to say I got to X this out?
Man, yeah, that don't sound right, does it?
No, that don't sound too good.
I think the right word is post is what they're referring to it on X as.
Gotcha.
Man, that sounds boring.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. A little boring.
Man,
but,
tweet.
Yeah.
Also, you know, so I was mentioning, you know, this weekend is really big for wrestling, and then the next weekend we have our television taping. But then next week on October 25th is opening night for the Memphis Grizzlies at FedEx Forum. I can't wait for that. I mean, there's so many expectations all across the board with the Grizz. You know, the house will be packed every single time that we're there. But that's coming up, man.
I'm fired up about that. But I got to ask you a question. I was pretty agitated this morning. I didn't even mention anything about it because it's just ridiculous. Did you see the article they dropped? The alligator got him. The transformation and troubles of Ja Morant, how it dropped this morning.
Did you post that?
No, hell no. I didn't even touch that. I mean, it's the same old stuff.
Somebody screenshot it and said ESPN is way too early for this, and it was just like like you know how they give you the notification and it says troubles with Ja or something. Like, get out of here with that stuff. We just got to filter that stuff out, because when December rolls around and Ja's back on that court, I have a really good feeling that he's going to shut everybody up. I mean, from the list,
if he's motivated, please,
bro. If what's going on right now does not motivate him, I don't know what will. And being the competitor that he is, and let me tell you, man, these guys are top caliber athletes, top in the entire world, and you want to give them more motivation? Get out of here. You see Michael Jordan's thing. You see how motivated he was just by, you know, a simple statement that he took out of context. He would use it as motivation. I guarantee you, man, Ja Morant's going to be ready.
Man, and the interesting thing, though, that I did see this morning, and I don't know how many of you saw this, and since you brought up the Grizzlies, you know I can't stop and just talk about it. If it's on my mind, I got to bring it up. You know, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, tweeted out, how do you see yourself this morning? He did it about 6:45 a.m. He's like, you got to start seeing you the way God sees you. You're fearful and wonderfully made. You know, he goes on and on and on, and then it says, you know, basically stop allowing the negativity to dominate your mind. You're God's masterpiece in the light of the world, and act like it. And then it was quote tweeted by Ja like 2 hours ago, right on time, Prime, much needed. So, you know, he saw that article for sure, but he did find something good to, you know, latch onto.
One of my favorite things right now on Instagram is Coach Prime doing this, you know, him speaking. And I know that he's a very polarizing character, and, you know, he talks a lot and all that kind of stuff, and some people might not like that. But if you look at his words, and his words hit you in a certain way, they have to. They have to, whether it's in wrestling or in sports or whatever. Like, they are so true. They like hit home. Like,
Trust
who are
me,
you
I
to
know.
tell me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so good.
Oh, I know. I've tweeted out a few of them, actually. I get it. Like, Coach Prime gets me fired up, man. But, man, back to the Grizzlies. They're getting ready to start things up. You're going to be all busy. Finally, baseball's over for you. Shoot, what else you got coming down the pipeline?
Man, I think we're just going to be extremely busy with Memphis Grizzlies and Memphis Wrestling is what I really think. I did look at the schedule coming up in 2024 because insurance purposes, we need to get those dates locked in for our television tapings. And I'm always sweating when I compare the Memphis Hustle schedule, the Memphis Grizzlies schedule,
and
then, of
overlap.
course, Memphis Wrestling. Yeah, so there are a couple of games overlap, and I think there's only maybe one game on the season that Memphis Wrestling is already scheduled on that I can't move because tickets are already on sale and all that stuff. And so, but for 2024, it was actually kind of easy because there wasn't a whole lot going on the Sundays. And, we do our television tapings on the Sundays. So we'll be announcing that schedule coming up. But looking at all three at the same time going, oh, my gosh, it's about to get really busy.
Man.
And just when you think it's going to slow down, then baseball starts coming back. So it's like a snowball, man. It's going to keep going. I love it.
Busiest
Nothing else I'd rather do.
man in Memphis. Busiest man in Memphis. Also check him out on social media. He's always dropping new stuff. Follow him at Dustin Starr with 2 R's. Don't forget Memphis Wrestling at mem_wrestling. Go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Get all your tickets and just be able to keep up with their taping and everything that's going on in the Mid-South. Thank you so much, by the way, for getting me Dax Harwood and Jeff Jarrett. This is going to be awesome. I'm fired up. I'm sure I'm going to see you on Friday, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'll probably be in there hanging out and helping out however you need me. If you need some CPR or you need to be helped out or helped up or something,
he'll need all the help he can get.
Man,
just in case Jeff Jarrett whoops that butt while he's there.
All right, you got to do me a favor.
Hey, Jeff, now it depends on how well you talk about the Titans coming up. You better talk very good about the Tennessee Titans.
Thank you for
because
that.
Jeff's a huge Titan fan.
Man,
so
I'm not going to come in there with a bunch of Ryan Tannehill hate it all, for sure.
You better not, brother.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to jump on their general manager and how they can't fix the offensive line or things like that. Hey, good defense. We'll talk about their defense.
Okay.
That's what we'll do. That'll keep it King Henry.
Get
we'll talk about
Derrick
Henry.
Man,
I get
all
it
out of your system now.
Man, I appreciate you so much. One other thing you have to do for me, because, again, I'm giving away a $25 gift card to Meddlesome Brewing Company. It's here right in Memphis, out of the Dova. They got dope beers, Memphis made, all that good stuff. Memphis-style lager. Never settle, always metal. 25 gift card. I need a wrestling trivia question. You ask the question, text me the answer, Dustin. I'm making you work. But all the people out there who figure out the answer, first person at 901-360-8255. That's 901-360-8255. That text the answer with your name and your phone number. We'll be able to come up here and I'll let you know that you're going to be the winner. Do you got a trivia question for wrestling for me?
Actually, I do. So I was just talking to Wolfie D, who is one half of the most decorated tag team in the history of Memphis Wrestling, PG-13, right?
Wolfie D doesn't sound PG-13 to me.
Well, I mean, these guys are not PG. The name of them were PG-13, Wolfie D and JCI, so the diehards will know who I'm talking about. So if this question's too hard, just let me know and I'll hook you up with a different one. But according to Wolfie D, how many times has PG-13 won the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Championships? And I'll text you the answer right now, Johnny.
Thank you so much. That is Dustin Starr. Follow him at Dustin Starr with 2 R's. And you text in the answer at 901-360-8255 and win $25 to Meddlesome Brewing Company. Always metal, never settle. Back in 2 shakes. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Want to play a private country club but only pay daily greens fees? Meadowbrook Country Club in West Memphis is your place. You can now play a beautiful, challenging course for only $59 plus tax, including cards. Meadowbrook Country Club features champion Bermuda greens and now is available to everyone. A membership is only $350 per month and includes tennis, pickleball, and swimming, plus a great restaurant and bar. Golf Pro Mark can even fix you up with custom-made tricks on clubs. Call 870-394-4186 today for your Tuesday through Sunday tee time at Meadowbrook Country Club in West Memphis.
5-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. Roofing and siding, gutters too. We're the pros you can trust to get it done right. Call on us. 5-Ash Roofing, the name to know. 5-Ash Roofing, the only way to go. 5-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. 5-Ash Roofing.
Is that not the corniest thing you've ever heard? Can you believe I paid good money for that silly jingle? Well, the experts say make it memorable, and I think I got my money's worth. 5-Ash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. 5-Ash Roofing, 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
5 Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Hey, Mid-South, you looking for a new ride that'll save you some big bucks? We got it at Gossett Kia on the Pike. A new ride that boosts 41 mpg highway and 2023 Kia Forte LXS. $229 a month, $29.99 due at signing. How about 2023 Nero EV Wind SUV? 253 miles of EPA estimated range, $269 a month, $49.99 due at signing. And 2023 Kia EV6 Wind. Get up to 134 city, 101 highway MPGE, $399 a month, $49.99 due at signing. Plus a free charger with your EV purchase. All 36-month leases and Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ask for Bobby J. He's ready to put you in a new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month lease, $650 acquisition fee, Forte PE $678, $6055, MSRP $21,610, Nero P5017859, MSRP $41,090, EV6 P5017859, MSRP $49,687. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 10/31/23 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Gas, groceries, utilities, you name it, the price of everything is going up. And if you're stuck in a bad timeshare with rising maintenance fees, the financial burden can be crushing. It is time to get your finances in order and get the real facts about that timeshare that you are stuck in and your options to get rid of it. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has been helping families out of horrible timeshares for over 10 years and has put together a complete timeshare exit information kit that he will send you absolutely free. To date, over 30,000 families have trusted Wesley Financial Group to help them out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares. Get the facts about how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Simply call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit and see how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. Once again, 800-462-3333.
Hey, if you're hungry for great Mexican food for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, got it. La Guadalupana. Guadalupana. Choose from tacos, burritos, enchiladas, sizzling shrimp, beef, or chicken fajitas, and even a Cuban sandwich filled with Mexican sauces, chicken, ham, steak, jalapenos, avocado, and more. How about super nachos topped with melted cheese, beans, sour cream, guacamole, tomato, and jalapenos? All great with nice cold beer, domestic and imported. Good prices, generous portions, great service at 2 locations, Summer Avenue and Cordova Road. La Guadalupana.
Join us for the Memphis Police Department Hiring Expo, Saturday, October 21st, 2023, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 170 North Main Street downtown. We'll be taking applications and interviewing candidates on site. Salary starting at $54,611, increasing to $60,713 after probation. Benefits include a $15,000 sign-on bonus, up to $10,000 relocation assistance. For more information or details, visit joinmpd.com.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter. He's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so stagnant. He knows when he goes back to this mobile home. That's when it's back to the lab again, yo. This old rhapsody better go capture this moment and hope it don't do it.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Brian Dacus is hanging out with me, and I'm fired up because, man, we did a little trivia action. So far, right now, we got a couple guesses. So far, everybody's a little bit wrong. If you forgot the question.
I wrote it down.
You got the question? What is it?
How many times has Wolfie D and PG-13 won the Memphis Tag Team Championship?
You're close. I think this is one thing this is what people want to hear. It's actually how many times have PG-13 won the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team title according to Wolfie D?
Oh, according to Wolfie
Obviously,
D,
they've won it a certain number of times, and we're getting that guess. But according to Wolfie D, he disagrees. He thinks it's a little more. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Text 901-360-8255. You can win a $25 gift card to Meddlesome Brewing Company. Always, always metal, never settle. Never settle, always metal. Go to meddlesomebrewing.com. Check it out. Tell you all about their beers, what's going on in their tap room, trivia nights, and things of that nature. So check it out. Put their gear on your calendar. You'll have a good time. Now, we've got to talk a little bit real quick again about the National Football League. Got a big week coming up. Today's Wednesday, so we're kicking things off with the Saints and the Jags tomorrow. Is Trevor Lawrence going to be able to play? That's the question. They say they are optimistic. Optimistic.
That's a word, John.
Well, what the? I need a percentage. Yo, was he like 75%, 80%? Oh man, he's gonna go. I need to know because that's a big one right now. You have New Orleans, who's a 1-point favorite over Jacksonville. Now, Jacksonville defense has figured some things out of late. New Orleans, I think, is very pedestrian. Derek Carr is what Derek Carr is. He's checked down Charlie and don't do it as well as Tom Brady did it. He's just not going to win you football games. That Saints defense has been good all damn year. I mean, the Titans didn't score a touchdown, and they won by 1 point over the Titans. Didn't score a dead-gum touchdown. But anyway, back over to the other side, Jacksonville. That defense has kind of figured things out. They were really good against the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. They dismantled the Falcons. Not hard to do with the way that their pass rush has been working. And you got a crummy quarterback in Desmond Ridder. They do always, for some reason, lose to the Texans. Losing to the Chiefs is no big deal, but they still held the Chiefs to 17 points. And, of course, they beat the Colts in Week 1. I feel like this Saints team is just not any good. And if Trevor Lawrence goes, I'm 100% all up in them.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, damn, dude, let's just be real. The Saints team, they beat the Titans. That's one of their wins. 16-15. The other one is against the Panthers. You know, they haven't beaten anybody. They beat them by a field goal, 20-17. And then their other win was 2 weeks ago against the worst team, like the Patriots, a team that's just fallen apart. And that was one of the worst games. I mean, the Saints defense, I got to give them credit. They destroyed Mac Jones and his confidence and the backup quarterback who came in and all that good stuff. It was just an ugly beatdown. They lost to the Texans, had that last week, because Derek Carr just doesn't do it. They've scored over 20 points only once this season. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. I mean,
only once, and that was in the 34-0 debacle against the Patriots.
Wow.
They scored 13 against the Texans, 9 against the Bucks, 17 against the Packers, 20 against the Panthers, and 16 against the Titans. This offense has the weapon, and it has. Listen, you're telling me Alvin Kamara doesn't know how to play football anymore? He can't get things done. You're telling me Chris Olave, who right now is a little bit banged up this week, might not play tomorrow, but Michael Thomas, Rashid Shaheed. You're telling me these dudes don't know how to play football?
No, those are some athletes. Those are some good football players.
And then that defense is way too good for them to just be wasting it. It's Derek Carr. And if Trevor Lawrence is playing, I'm taking the points. And
you have to,
80% Trevor Lawrence, and I feel like it's easy money. It's just, again, is my man
play or
playing?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to wait to find out. But
Maybe we'll have some more clarity tomorrow.
One thing you don't have to wait for. Are you hungry?
Sure am.
Oh, man.
It's almost lunchtime, John.
Bro, do you know they have plate lunches over at Neil's Bar and Grill? Head on over there. They're right there on Quince. Get on over there right now. Grab you a little grub. They got plate lunches. They got the best bar grub in town. They got gigantic pizzas. They have live music all the time. It's so much fun. Check it out. Also, by the way, great bar, great drinks, stiff drinks, which I always love and appreciate. They got everything you need. Plus, did you know they do cornhole over there? They got pool tables. They got shovelboard. They got it going down at Neil's where the fat man rocks. Check them out again. And if you're hungry for lunch, it's a great place to stop on by. We're back in Two Shakes. It's time for us to talk about the National Football League with our Russell Copeland. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
The change, you rearrange me till I'm sane.
Spencer here with ATC Fitness. There's no better time of the year than now. Football and fitness go hand in hand in the fall. And with individual screens on each piece of cardio and multiple big screens throughout the rest of the club, you'll never miss a bit of the action watching your favorite team. ATC Fitness continues to be the Mid-South's choice for fitness, family-owned for 30 years, and proud supporters of Coach Silverfield and the Memphis Tigers. Join online at atcfitness.com. ATC Fitness, exercise your right to look good.
When you're watching the Tigers play or whatever team you support, you always look for the end result, the winning score. And when you're thinking of selling your home, the ultimate goal line is the closing table. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors. Getting your home sold for what you want and when you want it makes everyone happy. You should talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers when you're thinking of selling your home, and make sure I'm one of them, especially if you want results. Most people have heard that when you want the job done, you need to call Shell Dunn. Call or email me today and find out about my highly successful strategic marketing program with the Shellbucks option. You can reach me at 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. That's Shell Dunn Rosengarten. Call today at 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. And go Tigers!
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
We all appreciate luxury. We love the newest technology. We want something that sparkles and looks great. Well, I've got it all in one place. It's called Genesis of Olive Branch, right at the corner of Highway 78, that's Lamar, and the first exit in Mississippi, that's Craft Road. Turn left and you will see Genesis of Olive Branch. And right now, you can get the 2024 Genesis GV70 starting at $49,480 with special financing as low as 3.49% on select models. How about the 2024 Genesis GV80? A little bit bigger, starting at $55,995, financing as low as 5.49% with a $2,000 rebate when trading a luxury brand. Call them. They'll even bring you a Genesis at your work or your home for a test drive. They're convinced that when you drive a Genesis, you're going to want one. Call 662-890-6684. Ask for Vinny. Genesis of Olive Branch.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I got Brian Dacus hanging out. We got Johnny Hill in the house as well. And you know it's 12 o'clock on a Wednesday, so it's time to talk with Russell Copeland. You know him from, the Bills, the NFL, the Eagles, the Packers, and, of course, playing for our very own Memphis Tigers right here. He's going to be our wide receiver today, and we're talking all things NFL. Got a lot to get to. 6 weeks in, no teams are undefeated. News galore, great matchups this week. But I got to remind you, doesn't matter if you're on the field Doesn't matter if you're on the road. Everybody needs protection. Make sure you have the best, and the best is Bob Simpson over at State Farm Insurance. He can buckle you up with auto insurance, back you up with life and health insurance, cover your business, whether it's starting, growing, or maturing. And if you're a homeowner or a renter, don't forget to insure your house. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today, 901-381-1233, or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson. Cope, what's up, my friend?
How you doing, Johnny?
Man, I am doing good. Fresh off a nice vacation, Cope. NFL's kicking and college football's going. We got October baseball. Life is good. But now we're 6 weeks in the books. No one, like I said, is undefeated in the National Football League. Who are some of the serious contenders in the AFC and in the NFC?
Well, Johnny, I think after the first quarter, you talked about teams not being undefeated. I just think the parity is at a very high level, and I'm gonna start with the NFC. I think for me, the Niners and the Eagles, for me, are at the top. We'll definitely see after this weekend the Eagles have a really tough game against the Dolphins. I think the Seahawks, the Lions, and the Cowboys are right there. I think when you look at the Seahawks, the Lions, and the Cowboys, it's all about sustaining. Can the Seahawks and the Lions be able to sustain? Because we're really not accustomed to seeing the Lions have, start off this well, be playing this good. And the same thing for the Seahawks. The past couple of years, I think the Seahawks and Pete Carroll has done a tremendous job. But when you look at the Dallas Cowboys, for me, I think that's the enigma. I think when you look at the Dallas Cowboys roster on both sides of the football, I think they have the players to be able to compete to win that division and also go deep in the playoffs. But I think Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy, can they be able to elevate this team to beat really good teams? Meaning that I can't get excited about winning over the Patriots, the Giants, or the Jets, not even the Chargers, because when they played against the 49ers, they were embarrassed. They were beaten on both sides of the football, and I thought I was looking at Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. That's how one-sided that was. So, they have an opportunity with their schedule. They got the Eagles coming up in a couple of weeks. They got an opportunity to win some games that are winnable, teams that are really not above 500. But again, with the Dallas Cowboys, it's going to come down to the end of November and December. Can this football team go into the playoffs? Can they beat teams that are going to be in the playoffs? But that's the enigma. I think the Cowboys have the roster, but I just do not have a lot of hope for the Cowboys.
And the other thing about it is like I just don't trust. I don't trust Mike McCarthy, his expressions, and the way he runs his offense, like he did in the final 44 seconds with 2 timeouts in the bag. They ran one little play. It was Tony Pollard under. Little hook pass, got 2 yards, and then let the clock run all the way down to 3 seconds, called a timeout, took a timeout to halftime, and just kicked and played just for the 3. And I understand points are at a premium in a game that's, right at that point was 7-10 or whatever it was, 7-7, and you get the halftime lead. I get it. It's very important. But, man, you won't even take a shot. And that just, for me, is saying, he doesn't trust his offensive play calling, or he doesn't trust the guys out there or the guy out there who's pulling the trigger.
It ended up working out for them, but you hit the nail on the head. And I think what I saw of Dak Prescott was very impressive this past game.
I thought he played a great game.
Yes, using his legs, I think they have to implement that more. But it's just time and time again, when you look at this Dallas Cowboys football team, you get excited. You're like, hey, this is the team that's going to really go deep in the playoffs. And then they play against the 49ers a couple of weeks ago, and they're totally embarrassed. So for me, I want to be able to see the Dallas Cowboys. Let's revisit this conversation at the end of November when they got that stretch run, when they got the Dolphins, they got the Bills, they got the Lions. They have those teams. Let's revisit and see how the Dallas Cowboys are playing, because right now, and in the end of September and October, they've got a pretty easy schedule. But the rubber's going to hit the road at the end of November and December, and I want to see how they're responding to really good teams.
Well, we got a couple good teams playing this weekend, and you talked about the Lions, and you mentioned them and how good they're playing, football right now. It's crazy. They're 5-1. And they've beat some serious teams. This hasn't been a patty cake schedule. I mean, remember, way back when they opened it up the season on Thursday night, they did beat the Chiefs. Of course, they played, the Falcons. They do have the Panthers in there, but they went, to Green Bay, took care of business. They went down to Tampa, took care of the Bucs. Well, this is a different animal, especially on the road. They have to go to Baltimore and play the Ravens. I'm kind of curious, man. AFC v NFC. The Lions, who are on top at 5-1 and feeling good. You got the Ravens at 4-2. Who you like in this game and why?
Man, I really do like the Lions thus far. And before the season started, we were all on. I had picked the Lions to win the division. I think they were coming last year. I think both of these football teams have really good defenses, and I think, honestly, this game will come down to which quarterback can play the best but protect the football. And I'm going to give the slight edge to Lamar Jackson. I think he can be the difference maker, but, it's really a coin toss because their defenses play really well. They're able to get after the passer. They're able to get the turnovers they need. They're playing complementary football on that defensive side. But I think Lamar Jackson will get the edge over Jared Goff. I think he'll play a little bit better down the stretch. But I really like this matchup. I'll be tuned in, that's for sure.
I'll tell you one thing. Lamar Jackson, I think everybody, former MVP, my man just broke the bank. Jared Goff may have taken a Rams team to a Super Bowl, but he was always that stopgap. Sean McVay didn't want him. He was supposed to be a stopgap in Detroit. But once, man, it's kind of crazy if you look back over it. The last, I think it's 34 games since Dan Campbell took over and changed the offensive coordinator and then also took over play calling. Jared Goff, man, is just been lighting it up. One of the best play-action quarterbacks in the National Football League. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a legit number one. David Montgomery's running the football for him. Dan Campbell is just a tough SOB. Like, this is a tough physical football team. They kind of wear their coach on their their sleeves, and they act like both defense and offense. And I'm just so surprised. I mean, are you surprised that Jared Goff has elevated himself to being? I mean, he does not turn the football over.
Well, no, I'm not surprised. I think Jared Goff was underappreciated. When you look at the physical, the assets of Jared Goff, he doesn't have the strongest arm. And I think when you look at the Rams, he still was able to lead that team to a Super Bowl appearance. I think when you look at the big physical arm, I think they wanted to go with Stafford. And, when Jared Goff goes with the Detroit Lions, I don't think many people thought that he was going to be able to elevate this team. And right now, everyone is excited in Detroit because it's been a long, long time since this team has gotten off to the record they have. But the optimism that they have in Detroit with Jared Goff leading this football team. And you talk about college, Deion Sanders, how his team responds to him and how they go out and play. Very similar to what Dan Campbell, his team, does behind him. They believe in him. They fight. They play. They have his type of mentality. So I'm really excited and happy that the Detroit Lions are playing as well. And maybe this year, Thanksgiving game will really mean something when Detroit plays.
Man, no kidding. It's wild. And again, they finished the season strong last year, and they've come out fighting. They come out swinging. Can you figure out the Chargers, by the way? I was talking about this yesterday after watching Monday night's game. I've watched this team a lot this year. I look at the names: Khalil Mack, Bosa, Derwin James on the defense. Their coach is supposedly a defensive guy, and Brandon Staley. They go out there and get Kellen Moore. You have Justin Herbert. You got Eckler. You got all the weapons and everything that you need. But for some reason, when the rubber meets the road and they need a big drive or they need to win or when it's crunch time, they always fall up short. Right now, Justin Herbert, he's leading the league in fourth quarter comebacks since he's entered the league. He's also leading the league in fourth quarter interceptions when his team's within one score at 14. 14 winning quarterbacks, 14 where he throws an interception when they have a chance to win. Can you tell if this Chargers team is a good or bad football team?
Well, I mean, you just basically, put everything out there as far as their roster, offensively and defensively. I mean, their roster is as good as anyone. But I think you have to start with their head coach. I think when Staley came in 2021, the team previous year was 7-9, and he improved to 9-8. And Last year he went 10-7 and went to the playoffs. But I think when you look at him as far as management, as far as him being a head coach for this football team, it's just not there. I think it goes back to last year. Seriously, when you get into that playoff debacle and you're up 27-0 and your defense is your pedigree, that's what you're known for. The third largest lead in postseason history. It just says a lot, and there's been a lot of questions about. I mean, you talked earlier in the segment about McCarthy and game management, time management, and decision making, and I think that's what head coaches are known for. Can you be able to put your team, your players in positions to win games? How do you manage the clock? How do you manage the last 2 minutes? How did you manage halves? How are you able to get your team to come from behind to win those closing games? And how are you able to win? And when you have a significant lead, and I just think for him, he has not been able to do that. And, if he can't elevate his team with that talent, I think it's time to move on from Staley. And I just think he's coaching for his job right now.
Yeah, he is, and life doesn't get much easier for him either. Brandon Staley and those Chargers have to now go on the road after that hard-fought game against Dallas, and they got to play the Chiefs at Arrowhead, and that is just not going to be easy. By the way, got to ask you, man, are you shocked about how, I guess, it's exploded, the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift saga? I mean, it's been crazy. Like, his jersey sales went up like 1,000%. His TikTok, his social media. They were showing Taylor Swift almost as much as they were showing the game the other night. I mean, it's wild.
Jay, I think it's a good storyline. It's good for television. I mean, anytime that you have celebrity stars, I mean, it always, it makes the news, and it's always a big deal. I mean, you can go way back to Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about that.
You had Tom Brady and Giselle. Yeah, I mean, you have Posh Spice, David Beckham, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, A-Rod, and Jennifer Lopez. But for me,
I just did never see though all those people that you mentioned. I never saw Travis Kelce up in that upper echelon. I saw him more as kind of Gronk-esque, but my goodness, Travis Kelce going pretty smooth, getting a billionaire.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really good for Travis. For me personally, I'm more into the game. I want to see the game.
Too.
I don't want to
I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah. I think it's good. I mean, it's really good for Travis. I hope it works out. Taylor Swift, she's got a couple of bodies, but
he'll be a
see.
song
Hopefully.
soon enough.
Yeah, I mean, she has a body count. So, we'll see how that goes. She's dated a lot of celebrities, but it's really good for Travis Kelce. And just to add on to that, you didn't really see Travis Kelce as that type of guy. You see Tom Brady with the smooth face. He got the big dimple. You can see him kind of, but at the end of the day, for me, I'm all about what's on the field. And I really don't want to see Taylor Swift every game for about 30 minutes of that broadcast. Let me see some football.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Now, one thing, though, that didn't have anything to do with football, but that really caught my attention when the Eagles were playing the Jets was Aaron Rodgers was seen on the field before the game throwing the ball around, kind of walking around, looking like he's really serious about coming back this year. One, that would, I mean, do you think that he could actually make it back? I mean, is this possible?
Well, I mean, I think it's definitely possible when you look at modern day technology. It's possible. I think it's plausible. I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think the Jets make the playoffs. I think if the Jets made the playoffs, I think we might could see Aaron Rodgers sighting. But for Aaron Rodgers, what I do like is that he is really aggressively rehabbing. So if he does not come back this year,
he will next year.
He's showing that he's going to be 100%. Of this shows because the city, the team, the organization, and himself, for the first time since early on in his career with the Packers, that I really could see that fire. After he won a Super Bowl, it's kind of been up and down. He's been known more for off the season antics. But I saw the fire, I saw the excitement, and I just see that he's not going to go out with that Achilles. But it's really good to see him throwing, being around the football team. So we'll see how it goes. I just don't think the Jets make the playoffs.
Enjoying football, I think he realizes that there's not many years left, and I think he's going to enjoy him while he's in New York. Now, speaking of New York, I feel like they definitely have a top 5 defense, but I want to know, who are the top 5 defenses you think right now in the National Football League?
I like the Browns. I like the Jets, the Niners, of course, the Cowboys. They're really able to get after the pass rush. I talked about the Ravens and the Lions. And team that we don't talk about is the Saints because their offense is struggling. But the Chiefs and the Eagles are right there. So I named more than 5, but you look at the Browns, the Jets, the Niners, the Cowboys, the Ravens and the Lions, they're right there. I think when you look at defenses that really don't get a lot of publicity because of their offense, the Falcons and the Saints, I think they really have a good defense, but their offense is struggling.
Terrible.
So so you don't see the complementary as far as their defense. If their offense was a little bit better, I think their records would be better. But the Falcons and Saints have a really good defense.
I'm with you right there. The thing also, though, like you kind of made me think about this. You mentioned that Browns team. What an impressive win that was last week against the 49ers with P.J. Walker. It was a crazy football game. Also took a missed field goal by the 49ers, but Browns held on to a 19-17 win. They're 3-2 on the season. They're playing great football. Myles Garrett is out of his damn mind. They're going to get Deshaun Watson back. Are you a bigger believer in the Browns right now, or everybody's Super Bowl darling at the beginning of the season, the Cincinnati Bengals?
Well, we just talked about the defenses, and the Browns have a terrific defense, which would allow them to have a chance to win. I think at the quarterback situation, Deshaun Watson, I don't think he's gotten back to the form. They got him that huge contract. I think it's going to be about that, his health. Can he be able to pick this offense up where they can be an offense that can be complementary to that really good defense? But I believe more in the Bengals simply because they've been there. Joe Burrow is now healthy. He's looking like Joe Burrow of old. They've been to the AFC Championship in 2022, 2023. I will lean more toward the Bengals. But I did say before the season I thought the Browns and I thought the Steelers, I think they will be really competitive and really make that AFC North division really tough. But I'm going to lean more toward the Bengals because they've been there.
Can anybody slow down the Miami Dolphins?
Well, Johnny, the Buffalo Bills were able to. The Buffalo Bills were able to play different coverages, able to get some pressure. That's a rivalry type of game. But how they're playing right now with the weapons, with the speed, they've got speed at every offensive position. The wide receiver spot, they've got really great running backs, the tight end spot, Tua Tagovailoa, just give him some weapons. And he just shows you why he was one of the top, quarterbacks coming out of college and how he played in Alabama. I think it's going to be a tough test this weekend for the Eagles. I think their secondary is a big question mark. They have to be able to get after Tua Tagovailoa. And I'm just going to go on the record now and say I think the Dolphins win that football game simply because if it comes down to it, you don't get the pass rush, you don't get the tip passes, you may not get the turnovers. I don't think that secondary can play with the speed of the Dolphins. I'm going to pick the Dolphins beating the Eagles this weekend.
Oh, man, that's going to be – and by the way, that game is going to be wild, but I got to just go back to one thing. What were the Eagles doing last week? I mean, why was Jalen Hurts throwing that football? I mean, who the hell was he throwing it to and just giving that opportunity? You haven't seen that with the Eagles, but since Shane Steichen's left, that offense and Jalen Hurts just don't look like they're, going at 100%.
I think it's a couple of things. I think this overall, you talk about losing your offensive coordinator, and it goes back to defenses now know kind of what you're doing. They get adjusted to you. They're ready for what happened last year. Last year, I'm not going to say it was just a surprise, but Jalen Hurts, let's be honest about it, he had a come-out year. They were able to run the football. He played very well. Now defenses they've watched film, and I think it's always harder to duplicate the type of year that Jalen Hurts had. But look at the record. They're still one of the top teams. But you have those stinker games. Let's be honest about it. Those, you got 17 games. You'll have that stinker game. I think the organization is really good. They'll bounce back from it. Hey, we looked at Joe Burrow early in the year, whether he was hurt or not. We haven't seen Joe Burrow play as poorly as he had played to start the year. Now he's back playing well. I think Jalen Hurts will bounce back, but it's going to be up to the offensive coordinator and the offensive coaches to be able to now to put those wrinkles in and to see if this defense can get back on track like they were last year.
Man, speaking of a team that needs to get on track, my goodness, the Patriots. Is this thing going to are the wheels going to completely fall off, or is Bill going to somehow find a way to make them not be like the embarrassment that they are currently in the NFL?
Well, Johnny, it's getting close, man. Those boats are loosening up on those wheels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did we think that we would be here with Bill Belichick? Now, let's be honest.
Never.
Every dynasty, you can't be a dynasty forever, right?
Right.
But just the downfall of what we've seen from the departure of Tom Brady over the last 3 or 4 years is kind of mind-boggling. And for me, love Bill Belichick. I think he's arguably the best coach that has coached in the National Football League. But I think it's time, after this season, for Kraft to sit down with Bill Belichick and say, hey, I'm gonna relinquish. I'm gonna take the general manager duties from you. If you want to remain the coach, I want you to coach. Because you look at from 2013, 2014, let's look at the roster that Bill Belichick has built. Not a lot of Pro Bowlers. I think in that span you've had only 2 All-Pro, and one is a kick returner and one is a punter. So for Bill as a general manager, the rosters have been depleted as far as his draft choices. They haven't panned out. And when I look at this roster, you don't see a lot of talent. And I think the wheels are going to fall off. And I think it's going to have to come down to Kraft having a decision at the end of the year, with Bill Belichick. So, we'll see. But right now, they don't look like they can be the type of team towards the end of the year that's competing in that division. I mean, they just look awful, to be honest about it.
It's crazy to see like how bad they actually really look, man. I mean, it's just wild. But man, Russell, one other thing I got to know, man. Your Tigers are heading down to Birmingham this week. Battle of the Bones. Memphis bring the Bones back.
Man, it's great to see that rivalry. It's going to be a tough game on the road, but I do think the Tigers bounce back, much like they were able to bounce back from Missouri with Boise State. But before I end, first and foremost, this Tiger football team has a lot of talent, but they have to get started to a good start. They cannot continue to be down 10-0, cannot continue to be down 17-0, have to get a good start, and they have to protect the football on the road. I think they'll bounce back. I think they'll get a big win that's on the road. It's going to be tough, but they'll bring the Bones back to that state lines of Tennessee to Memphis.
Man, thank goodness. Russell Copeland, I'm from Memphis, from Buffalo, for the Packers, from the Eagles also, because he joins me every single Wednesday. And, man, make sure you're listening to him when they're doing them Tigers games. Memphis, UAB, 11 o'clock from Birmingham. Bring back them Bones. Copes, thank you so much for your times. Be blessed. We'll do it again next week, my friend.
Thank you, Johnny.
That is the great Russell Copeland. Speaking of greats, you know who else is pretty much up there on a little Russell Copeland level, do you? Oh, that'd be Tito's Handmade Vodka. Makes me think of that Sling Blade movie. That dude loved French fried potatoes. I love me some Tito's because it ain't made from potatoes. It ain't got no gluten in it. It's 100% corn, man. Now, corn's better for you. No gluten, plus 80 proof, 6 times distilled and stilled in classic copper pots. Gives it a very unique flavor, slightly sweet with a black pepper note balancing everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Get your Tito's on today. Hardinwood on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Oh, come on, it's funny.
Can't do it.
Trick or treat, here's some meat.
Seriously, the Central Barbecue spot for October has been about Halloween for like 5 straight years.
Look, you've done the ladling Central Barbecue beans into their bag thing.
Yeah, I got in trouble both times. They didn't like the phrase ladling beans into their bag.
Well, what else happens in October? Hey, I tell you what, do they do any pumpkin spice stuff?
God, no.
That's good. I'm tapped for anything else for October. How about just a straight spot about how great the food is at Central Barbecue?
What, like Central Barbecue has the best slow-smoked ribs in Memphis?
Yeah, something like that.
Too boring.
It doesn't matter, we're out of time anyway.
Join us for the Memphis Police Department Hiring Expo Saturday, October 21st, 2023 from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 170 North Main Street downtown. We'll be taking applications and interviewing candidates on site. Salary starting at $54,611, increasing to $60,713 after probation. Benefits include a $15,000 sign-on bonus, up to $10,000 relocation assistance. For more information or details, visit joinmpd.com.
Jenkins Floors and More in Hernando is growing. This family business started up 5 years ago with just one pallet, and now they have hundreds. Tim, the owner, gets calls from people everywhere and can sometimes save them up to 50% on wood flooring, carpet, tile, and vinyl. Jenkins Floors and More helps with renovations, home building, and installation. Jenkins Floors and More, number 6 East Commerce Street in Hernando. Also in Little Rock and coming soon to Tennessee. Call 662-469-9350 for more information.
Country music singer-songwriter Kylie Morgan loves her ring from Genesis Diamonds.
I wanted something simple and with the stone that I loved, and that's exactly what he got. And then we dressed it up a little bit with the wedding bands, got a little firework action looking around it, and he definitely killed it when it came to choosing the ring.
Kylie's then-fiancé Jay did a lot of research, but chose Genesis because of the reputation, the quality, the personal service, and of course, the value.
Any man can walk through that door and know that, he's not going to be upsold or pressured to buy anything.
Kylie ended up writing a collection of songs about her bridal experience, including the viral sensation Bridesmaids.
I had at least 1,000 DMs asking from future brides where I got my ring, who I worked with because of the viral song. I think everyone kind of just looked at me as the person to ask.
And Kylie's advice to all those girls?
Go to Genesis. It's been a great experience, and they'll take care of you.
Genesis Diamonds at Poplar and Perkins Extended.
All 36-month lease, $650 acquisition fee, Forte PE $678, $6055, MSRP $21,610, Nero P5017859, MSRP $41,090, EV6 P5017859, MSRP $49,687. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 10/31/23 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Hey, Jeff Allen, the weather's getting cooler, but the deals keep on getting hotter at Gossett Kia South. What you got going on, Jeff?
Only the best deals you'll find on your new Kia, Randy. I've got 41 MPG highway in a new 2023 Kia Forte LXS, $229 a month, $29.99 due at signing. I've got EV action with a 2023 Nero EV Win SUV, 253 miles of EPA estimated range, $269 a month, $49.99 due at signing. And a 2023 Kia EV6 Win, 134 city, 101 highway MPGE, $399 a month, $49.99 due at signing. All 36-month lease.
Plus a free charger with your EV purchase and Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. No, man, it only came out once today. It's Bryant Dacus and Johnny Hill hanging out with me. Big thanks to Dustin Starr, who came in a little bit earlier. He also put out a little, a trivia question. It's for Medelson Brewery over in Cordova. Always, never settle, always medal, okay? I gave away a $25 gift card. We finally got the answer. How many times has PG-13 won the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Championship according to Wolfie D? 16 times is the answer. My man, John Garcia, you got it right. You are the winner. You can pick that up anytime between 9 and 4:30 up here at the station. You can also figure it out where we're at, I'm sure. Now, we're about to talk a little bit of Hardwood because it just feels so good. But I have to remind you, if you want Hardwood, you got to look good. And you want to look good, You got to feel good. Where you look good and feel good, man, it's Frontier Western Store. They got all your jeans. They got all your fall fashion. They got you covered from head to toe. They got your hats. They got your boots. They got your shoes. They got it all. And not just for you, but your entire family. Because, yes, they have a children's department. They have a ladies' boutique. They have a men's section. And the largest boot showroom on planet Earth. Western boots, work boots, dress boots, you name it, they got it. Frontier Western Store and FrontierWesternStore.com. You can shop online. They ship your order out within 24 hours. Bing, bang, boom, it arrives quickly, and any order of $75 or more is shipped absolutely free. That's Frontier Western Store and FrontierWesternStore.com. Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
Well. Remember yesterday? I've never really talked much about Britney Spears because, one, I feel bad for her. Do you remember when she used to be, like, cute and could sing, and then she shaved her head?
No, that was before my time, John.
And lost her mind, and then got really weird on the TikTok and the Instagram and dances with knives. And by the way, is that dancing? Is that really dancing, what you would call she does? Because it doesn't look like dancing. It looks like crazy contortions, and it looks like a mental person deranged. Looking at themselves in the mirror, gyrating.
Well, I mean, I think dance is all in the eye of the beholder,
Well, I did find out the reason I'm bringing this up is because, actually people are reading her memoirs. And
it's number 1 on Amazon.
I cannot believe it's number 1 on Amazon. Like, everybody's reading about Britney Spears, really? So in my life right now, I can say the whole world is completely screwed. Taylor Swift is considered the greatest artist, and Britney Spears has the best book. Your generation is trash.
Why? Because everyone's reading the Britney Spears book?
Because, of course, it ain't my generation. We ain't reading no Britney Spears on our Kindle.
John, I have a Kindle. I don't have it with me. But it's dead at home. But, John, think about it. A lot of people, after everything Britney's gone through with her conservatorship and the fight with her father and all this stuff, people want to hear what she has to say. So, it doesn't surprise me at all that this book is best-selling. Also, Britney Spears, for a while there, every guy wanted to be with her. Every girl wanted to be her. So, there's a lot of...
Yeah, but that was a small stretch of her life. Like, it's
That's
amazing.
True, but
she was a shooting star.
She was.
She burned bright, but she burned out quickly, bro. Like, you put her... Like, she went from 10 to 2 faster than anybody I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, but still, there's still a very big cult following for Britney Spears. One of my very close family friends, I actually refer to her as a sister. She is a massive, not Taylor Swift, Britney Spears fan. Honestly, what Taylor Swift is right now is what Britney Spears used to be.
No, because Britney Spears was more than a 6. Taylor Swift will never eclipse 6 level.
She was bigger than what Taylor Swift is now.
Yeah, she burned.
How about
brighter,
that? So you're making a better
apart.
case for me than what I was trying to make.
Tay-Tay's bank account's much bigger.
I'm not surprised. I'll have to text my friend and ask her if she's read this book or if she is reading this book and see.
Who do you feel more sorry for, Britney's
ex-boyfriend
ex-boyfriends or Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriends?
Probably Taylor Swift. Britney Spears wasn't known for making songs about all of her exes. That's kind of running.
Yeah, but could you imagine
Swift.
actually being married to that crazy lunatic? Like, how did Justin Timberlake stick with her as long as he did? Like, JT, what was wrong with you, brother?
Well,
by the way,
that was
speaking
a while
of,
ago.
this is one of the things that's driving me crazy. Right now, one of the things that popped up on my ex, and the reason I'm bringing this up, is because it says, oh my gosh, people are finding out in her memoirs that Justin Timberlake cheated on Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Bro, no joke.
How about that?
Like, is that a big shocker?
Uh-huh.
Like, didn't he also cheat on Jessica Biel or whatever her name is?
I'm not familiar with JT and his scandalous nature.
If you were rich, famous, and you could dance the way he is, I'm sure you probably out there gyrating, practicing your dance moves on some.
Wait, so what are the
girls.
criterias again? Be able to dance and what else?
Be rich.
Be rich. Oh, I don't have that. Never mind.
You don't have that, bro.
I can dance though, and I'm good looking, so that's 2 for 3, I guess. 2 for 4 if you had the famous part.
You really think you can dance for real?
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
Pop, lock, and drop it.
Oh man, this guy. I'm gonna laugh and cry. I don't need to see that. But sorry, that was your Britney Spears update. Just been kind of a little bit shocked about that. Now, also needed to bring up, have you seen the viral Chargers fan that has gone viral for people now saying that she's, you know what I'm talking about, the Chargers fan from the Dallas Cowboys game?
Yeah, she was on the Pat McAfee show yesterday.
Who was going, she's just going absolutely crazy,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And people are out there saying that
she was a planted fan.
She's a planted fan. Bro, what are you talking about, planted fan? Like, what in the hell? Like, conspiracy theory. Like, hey, there's a lot of conspiracy theorists that I thought were crazy that actually turned out to be true. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just true.
Sure.
Like, and if you don't believe in conspiracy theories, like in this day and age, then, you know, you're like, have you paid any attention to anything?
I do like a good conspiracy theory.
But
John.
this conspiracy theory is stupid. Like, the proof that people were coming back is because she had face paint and a Minnesota Vikings jersey on. Well, guess what? I did a little deep dive on the X last night. Her son plays for a Pee-wee football team called the Vikings, and she's just a good mom and went all in. NFL don't need to plant no fans. You know how many people are cracked out for a little National Football League action?
Well, I think
like people mainlining right now.
No, absolutely.
They're getting their tourniquets out. They're shooting up the NFL.
I think the problem is the Chargers have lacked fans at their games, and there was a significantly more amount of Cowboys fans at that game Monday night than Chargers fans. So I think the idea was they needed to show some sort of Chargers fans. So why not plant an overly animated Chargers fan and just show her every single play?
Well, I just know one thing. She said she wished she was being paid. She says, you know, she's just a mom. Who
Honestly,
loves...
probably the best thing to happen to her.
By the way, the kids it's a Pee-wee football game. I mean, this mom's geared up with war paint on and a full Minnesota Vikings gear on for her son's Pee-wee flag football game, bro. She's just a little extra.
John, if I might, I had when I was in middle school, I had a buddy who was dating this girl, and you know, young love and that sort of thing. And so the girl he was dating was on the swim team, and so
he got him a little swimmer, huh?
She convinced him, John, we were in like 6th grade. She convinced him.
So she wasn't really talented. She just was part of the team.
She just liked, to swim. Okay. So she convinced him to be on the swim team, and then he, one by one, convinced our entire friend group to be on the swim team. I was the last one that needed convincing. I can't swim, to be, very frank.
Wait, in real life?
Yeah, I doggy paddle.
Like right now?
Yeah, I can't, I don't know how to swim. I can doggy paddle. I can, float. I just can't the actual swim technique. I don't know. I don't understand.
Interesting.
I can't dive into a pool either. So when I was on the swim team, every time they would shoot off the little gun to start a race, everyone else would dive into the water. I would cannonball into the water, and then I would start swimming.
Not real good about getting that little push.
No, but I'm very long, so I could kind of gain on some people. So this girl, her father, her name was, I'm not gonna say her real name. Her name was Grace. We'll call her Grace. Her father would come to matches, and he would take his shirt off before the swimming match started and whip his shirt around his head, and on his chest he had painted "I Heart Grace."
That was
it's a similar thing, right?
Yeah, that's pretty strong. I gotta admit, in the 6th grade though, man,
we're all like, "Who's this guy?" She was like, "That's my dad." I was like, "Oh, okay."
That was
for a swim meet. Yeah.
Interesting.
How about that?
Well, see, there's a lot of people out there that are a little extra. So, man, leave this poor lady alone. She ain't a plant. Quit saying the NFL's got to plant fans. NFL, everybody watches the NFL. And if you ain't watching the NFL, what the hell are you doing?
It's a good question.
Seriously. Now, you know who Kevin Porter Jr. is, right?
Yeah, KPJ.
He's had a pretty rough go of it in in basketball. You saw that he got basically traded and just dropped yesterday, right? You know why he keeps getting in trouble?
Why is that?
Abuse.
Oh, yeah. I thought you had another conspiracy theory or something.
Oh, no.
Happening.
But after he was basically just dropped, now his ex is coming out and saying that the guard never did any of these things. He never assaulted her on September 11th in the New York City Millennium Hilton New York Hotel. He never struck her. He never choked her. He never left lacerations over her eye, and she never had a fractured vertebrae in her neck. Oh, right. He didn't hit me, she says, in many, many, many things. He said he definitely never punched me in the face. Well, if he didn't hit you, then he definitely didn't punch you in the face, right? Okay, all right. But she says it's all a lie. She says she also doesn't have any injuries to support any of these claims. She says they're not dating. She has no reason to say this. But, man, I'm sure you remember when all this stuff was going on, right? Because, again, he was traded to the Thunder yesterday, basically, and cut.
Yeah.
That's why he was trading. Again, he's facing second-degree strangulation and third-degree assault charges in New York currently. Is this too little too late to try and even, save his career?
Yeah, I think so.
I appreciate her coming out now because now she realizes that, oh, wait. I don't know why she's coming out, to be honest with you. I don't know why she gives a damn. They're not together anymore, and if he did all those things, and
yeah, that's always a tricky
deal with that junk.
A very tricky situation because you really never know when once somebody says something like that, you don't know where it comes from.
Even with the allegations, and again, he was not alleged to have done these things just one time.
Right.
This is multiple occasions.
That's what I'm worried about.
The whole repeat situation is the problem here.
Yeah.
Again, fool me once, fool me twice, he fool me 3 times, and they said that hippie lettuce didn't make you stupid.
And people who tend to do these type of things also tend to try to find ways to make the people who are accusing them of these things to recant their statements. So it's a very tricky situation.
Man, terrible, terrible situation. But, man, with a lot of promise and an opportunity to make a lot of money playing an amazing game, looks like because he's a damn lunatic, it ain't going to happen. Not going to happen. Now, do you want to know something that's just so crazy to me?
Sure.
Dude, Jake Paul, I told you about, I haven't watched it yet. Everybody's talking about it. I want to see this.
The little Netflix documentary.
There's a little Netflix documentary. But, again, I didn't realize he's 20, he's dating this 24-year-old Dutch beauty queen. Have you seen this girl?
No, I have not.
Yeah, she's very, very attractive. Got to give her I got to give Jake some props here.
Okay.
But, man, she tweeted out a whole bunch of, lovey stuff after 6 months. 6-month anniversary. Is 6 months really an anniversary is my question. Is it, happy 6-month anniversary, the greatest 6 months of my life. Oh, hugs and kisses and we're silly together. 6 months ain't no anniversary, man.
No.
After 6 months, usually after 6 months, it's when you finally feel comfortable to put on your holy flannels, and she might actually see the real you, and you're not actually really that nice. Or he might be getting ready to leave because he's had his 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I don't know. What do you think? 901-360-8255. Is 6 months really an anniversary? Now, we have got to get into the game. And I'm talking about the game, baseball tonight, game number 3. We got the Astros. We got the Texas Rangers. It's the battle for Houston. Texas has not lost a baseball game in this postseason. They are 1-0 at home, but they are 6-0 on the road. They are dominating people. They beat up on the Rays. They slapped the Orioles. And now they're slapping the defending world champion Astros. They got Max Scherzer on the bump. First time pitching in a long time, in a month. But my man, he's a Bulldog. He's thrown a few bullpen sessions. He's been feeling great, he says, for about 2 weeks. On the other side, Christian Javier. And he, on the other hand, he can walk a lot of batters. You allow Texas to get on base and put guys in front of them the way they're hitting the ball, that could spell bad things. We're going to break down the matchup on the other side, so don't touch the dial. But for all you people out there who have not been taking my betting advice, 4-0 since I came back from vacation.
That's right.
You're
rejuvenated.
very, very, very welcome. Well, if you need to sell your house because you haven't been listening to me, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Any house, any area, as is. It is as simple as that. Just pick up the phone, call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. And say what up to Bill at I Buy Houses. And it's also guaranteed to close in 5 days. It really is that simple. We're back in 2 shakes. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Simple, smooth, and every sip as easy as the last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does with your favorite mixer. Back in the day, Tito distilled, hand-bottled, taste-tested, sent to a few friends, then taste-tested again to give you the finest juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff. Just Tito's. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas, 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Sports and blinds, they just go together. And right now, all Sports 56 listeners get $50 off any order at Blinds Etc. South. Real wood, 3.5 to 4.5 inch plantation shutters made in the Mid-South are always affordable at Blinds Etc. South. And now get $50 off your order. Get your free in-home consultation at 901-681-0225 or go to blindsetcetera.southllc.com. Upgrade your home with custom-made plantation shutters and window treatments from Blinds Etc. South.
No matter what your past credit, no matter how much you owe on your trade, no matter if you tried to buy at another dealer and were turned down, Sunrise can get you financed. There's never been a better time to trade. Sunrise has hundreds of new vehicles and over a $10 million used car inventory, specializing in cars and trucks under $10,000. Sunrise has the lowest prices and will not be undersold. Bad credit, bankrupt, slow pay, Sunrise gets you financed when no one else can. Check out the inventory and apply online at sunrisememphis.com. The blowout going on now at all Sunrise locations, Covington, Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville.
Sunrise on Jefferson and Sunrise East on Poplar may both be named Sunrise because they serve a fantastic breakfast. But sometimes you can't get to Sunrise for breakfast, and that's why it's important to remember that they both serve amazing lunches until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You can get a perfect bacon cheeseburger, or the Dirty Bird sandwich with crispy fried chicken and buffalo sauce, or the fried green tomato BLT at either Sunrise location every day for lunch. When you think of Sunrise, you may think of breakfast, but when you think of lunch, throw in some Sunrise.
Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Choate's is offering some amazing specials for this month only. If you're considering upgrading your furnace before the cold weather comes, Choate's is offering $1,000 off a new Carrier furnace. If you don't need a new furnace, Choate's is now offering its early bird $60 furnace tune-up. This 22-point tune-up includes a free carbon monoxide test and heat exchanger inspection. And Choate's is your indoor air quality expert. For the best quality air for you and your family, it's recommended to have your air ducts cleaned every 8 years. This month only, Choate's will install a free UV light system when you get your air ducts cleaned, a $500 value. Call us at 347-8086 to take advantage of these amazing deals. So, turn to the experts with Choate's, and remember, let our family serve your family.
If you want a deal, get to Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike, because we've got Jeep Adventure Days and Ram Power Days still going strong. If you're looking to save up to $12,000 off a new ride, we Gossett covered. Right now, take your pick: 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Summit 4-wheel drive or 2023 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4, $12,000 off MSRP, and 2023 Wagoneer L Series 111 4x4, $10,000 off MSRP. And if we don't have what you're looking for, Gossett can order it today. So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett on the Pike, or shop online at GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Wagoneer PS5 64,158, MSRP 117,430. Cherokee P88 76 889, MSRP 80,205. Gladiator PL 509 834, MSRP 68,815. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
I had this one of those saying, when things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Bryant Dacus, man. We talked all kinds of things in the NFL, man. We talked all about it, man, with Russell Copeland today about 12 o'clock. We also jumped into a little wrestling because, you know, tomorrow I'm going to have Dax Harwood, tag team superstar. Also on Friday, I'm going to have Jeff Jarrett,
Yeah, you are.
Super, super duper stars. Man, don't play no games when it comes to wrestling, man.
That's right.
Now, we're going to break that all down, but, man, we got to talk a little bit of baseball. We got a big, big game tonight, game number 3, Astros-Rangers. The Rangers, I know I've said this. You have to know it if you've been listening. They haven't lost a game in the postseason. They went down to Tampa and said, smack, smack.
That's right. That's exactly what they said.
Baltimore, smack, smack. Now they're doing the
smack.
same thing in the ALCS. They are destroying it. And, you know, the Astros at home threw out their best 2 pitchers on extended rest. You got the best from the Astros in Game 1 and Game 2. And guess what? Texas still came out on top.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you go to Christian Javier. Let me just tell you something. I don't know if you know this. Christian Javier throws his fastball 60% of the time.
Sure does.
He lives with it. And by the way, this isn't 2022. Christian Javier with a .97 whip or a 2.59 ERA. This is 2023, Christian. And my man's whip is all the way up to 1.27. His ERA is up almost to 5. Not the same dude. And have you been watching Texas in the postseason?
Oh, yeah.
What do?
They hit
They
the
hunt
crap out of the ball.
fastballs. They hunt them early in the count. And they go out there and beat the brakes off those suckers.
Mm-hmm.
This is a terrible matchup. And I went back and looked at this. Do you know who had, like, Christian Javier's worst start of the season was against? It happened to be in July. And it was against the Rangers.
Sure was, yeah.
4 1/3 innings, gave up 9 runs, got beat up. You're telling me I can take the Rangers right now? I need to do it now because it was 120 when I got here. It's 130 right now.
People hammering the Rangers. People listening to us, John, hammering the Rangers. That's what it's been. Yeah,
I'm hammering the damn Rangers.
Good.
I'm taking them out. Yes.
3-0. How about
Game
that?
3 is crucial. A lot of people are like, oh, man, their backs are against the wall. Yordan Alvarez is a hitting machine. He's come to play even though he hadn't felt good in the series. But Kyle Tucker, I'm sorry. He has been missing from this postseason, especially missing from these last 2 ball games. Alex Bregman got him a little job, but clutch hitting, couldn't get it done. Altuve hadn't had that big moment. I mean, the big moment he had, it was when bases were loaded and he struck out. You know?
I know it.
That was huge. Put the ball in play, you get a little bit of run action. No. Does not happen. So I'm telling you right now, I know a lot of people are thinking Houston's got to make this a series. Well, their big guns have already been shot, and they got swatted down. Now they're bringing out a pea shooter, and the Rangers are about to take this bad boy yard all day. Plus, we didn't even mention the Bulldog has come out, Max Scherzer. And Bruce Bochy said this yesterday. He said Max has been annoying the hell out of him for the last 10 days trying to get on the bump.
I believe it.
You know he's ready. He said he's 100%. Man, if he's 90% Max and all Bulldog, I'm definitely taking him. I mean, the dude has 2 different color eyeballs, all right?
He does have that.
Some scary stuff right there. I thought every time I see him, I think I'm on acid. Have to, check myself. But make sure you check yourself. Don't wreck yourself. Let's just rock with the Rangers and have a really good night. We'll be back tomorrow. For Bryant Dacus, I'm John Harden. I hope y'all get out there. Make this world a better place. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
Go where the season takes you, and it'll take you to huge savings at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Be packed with power in 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage G4. 37 MPG combined, $18,755 or $199 a month. Ready for adventure? 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, $25,595 or $299 a month. Plus 7 seating and top safety pick 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander SUV, $32,185 or $399 a month. And every new Gossett Mitsubishi is equipped with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. You want it, we Gossett. Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 84 months, 500 military rebate, loyalty, conquest rebate, 500 G4, RHFO 1918, MSRP 19255, Sport, PU 015-137, MSRP 26595, Outlander RZ 006545, MSRP 33185, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit, dealer stock only.
Pizza lovers and sports fanatics, Ferraro's Pizzeria is your Sunday ticket headquarters. Catch every pro game on multiple big screen TVs while enjoying $2 beers, $9 beer buckets, and mouth-watering pizza. We're talking the cheesiest, most delicious New York pizzas in town with all your favorite toppings. What are you waiting for? Grab your family and friends and get to Ferraro's, corner of Jackson and Main, just east of the Pyramid.